Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 1st March 2024. In this video, let us generate stock supporting bullish and bearish trade setup for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. Before generate these reports, a small announcement please. If this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All these training lessons are available in a playlist supply demand zone price action course at our NeoStock YouTube channel. I have also provided the link to this playlist in this YouTube video description. You click the link, you will get into this page and then scroll down to the bottom of this page, and here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. Please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. Please join in the channel. It will be helpful to you. Each time when we release a new video, we will provide an update in the channel. Now let's get into report generation. So we will be generating 4 reports. One is a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, and bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. First, let us start a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. So here entry time frame is daily for monthly income trade. Entry zone is demand zone, and in bullish or bearish trade setup parameter and daily time frame, I am selecting the value bullish. And we will also add some filters, otherwise the list is going to be very big. The first filter I am going to add, we don't want any pierced zones. So here we have a parameter pierced count, and daily time frame I am setting the values 0 and 0. And the second filter I am going to add reward. The reward between demand and supply zone should be at least a minimum 3%. Between daily demand zone and daily supply zone, a minimum 3% reward should be there. So for that we have a parameter minimum range. So in this minimum range and daily time frame, I am setting the value 3. But still you will get a big list. But anyway, for your reference, let me generate the list. You got a big list which are having a minimum 3% reward. See, the list is very big. I keep on scrolling this list down. What you need to do, if you want to refer any particular stock, just pause the video. And then you can study all the parameters for that particular stock. After that, you can proceed further. So 64 stocks are there. It is impossible to analyze 64 stocks before trading day starts tomorrow. So that's why what I am doing, I will add one more filter. I will generate multiple reports. There is a parameter called maximum price percent to reach the zone. That means how much close the stock should be there near to the zone. At least 1% near to the zone. So in daily time frame, I am setting the value 1. So 1% near to the zone, how many stocks are available? Only one stock is there. If tomorrow, if the stock is down by 1%, you will get an entry. Okay, now let us increase the list by adding 2%. How many stocks near 2% to our demand zone? So I am changing the value 1% to 2%. So within 2%, now we have 9 stocks. Still, if you want more stocks, within 3%, let us filter how many stocks are there. This is the final report. So on daily time frame, I am changing the 2% to 3%. Within 3%, how many are there? So total 18 stocks are there. So this is how we filtered, and this is the list we got. If any of these stocks down by 3%, some stocks are down by 2%, and only one stock, if it is down by 1%, tomorrow we will get the entry. So this is about a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Now let us generate bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. So entry time frame is daily for monthly income trade, LTF zone is daily, and entry zone should be supply zone this time. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, in daily time frame, I am adding the value bearish. Bearish trade setup stocks are very few. So that's why I just want to add only one filter. We don't want pierced zones. because we don't trade pierced zones. So I am setting the pierced count value as 0 and daily time frame setting 0, 0. Now let us generate. So these two stocks are filtered. This is about bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Now let us generate bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. For weekly income trade, entry zone, that is LTF time frame, should be 75 minutes. And entry zone should be demand zone because it is bullish trade setup, but for weekly income trade. So in bullish or bearish trade setup parameter, at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting the value bullish. Now let us add the filters. The first filter is we don't want pierced zones. So at 75 minutes, this time in pierced count for 75 minutes zones, the value should be 0, 0. We don't want pierced zone. This value will be set to demand zone, not for supply zones, because we have selected our entry zone as demand zone. And next one, we will add a minimum range between 75 minutes demand zone and 75 minutes supply zone. Let us look for at least a reward of 2%. Earlier daily we have seen 3%, but 75 minutes we will add 2%. So in 75 minutes time frame, in minimum range 75 minutes time frame, I am setting the value 2%. So how many stocks are filtered? Let me scroll down. So total 23 stocks are filtered. Within these 23, how many are near to the 75%? I mean 75 minutes demand zone. So for that we will add the value minimum price percent to reach the zone at 75 minutes time frame. Let me add the value 1. That means within 1% near to the demand zone, how many stocks are there? So these are the 4 stocks near 1% to the demand zone. And moreover, Dr. Reddy, it is near to the demand zone. If tomorrow, if the Dr. Reddy price is down by 1%, you will get an entry. Even the other stocks also, if they are down by 1%, you will get an entry. Already Concur, it gave an entry. I think now it is moving towards the supply zone. If in case tomorrow again, once again, if it comes, you can take a trade, but if it is already tested, if you don't want to trade on tested zones, then you cannot plan a trade. So anyway, within 2%, how many stocks are there? Let us look into the list. So I'm changing the value in 75 minutes, I'm changing the value 1% to 2%. So within 2%, 8 stocks are there. If the stock price is down by 2% tomorrow, you will get entry in one of these zones. I think this list is good enough for you. Now let us look for a bearish trade setup. So entry time frame should be 75 minutes. This is the bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. So weekly income trade entry time frame is 75 minutes. Because it is bearish trade setup, entry zone should be supply zone. In the parameter bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, we are selecting the value bearish. And because we don't want pierced zones, that is the only value we will set. The pierced count. So in this parameter, pierced count, and 75 minutes, I am setting the value 0 and 0. Now let us generate. So 3 stocks are only filtered. Only these 3 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup. If you get an entry in the supply zone, you will get a trade. So this is about bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. Hope this information will be useful to you for our further study and analysis. Let us all meet again in our next video.